back at another video. This is going to be kind of rounding up all the Pars news for the last sort of 2-3 weeks since the season ended, so let's get going with it. First up, we're going to talk about the contract extensions that we've had. It's been a pretty positive week for Dunfermline. In the past week we've had our manager, Lee Ashcroft and Tom Beadlin all sign 2-year deals, which is absolutely outstanding business. And on top of that we've had Lee Robinson and James Cragen signing 1-year deals, which keeps the continuity going of that squad that did so well in the second part of the season. Even just in the space of a week we've went from having so much speculation about players' futures, including the manager as well, because the verbal agreement was there but it wasn't really set in stone that he was going to be the manager, because obviously until something's signed, like a contract, it's not properly agreed. But it was always said that it was agreed and it was just waiting for Ross MacArthur, the chairman, to get a minute or two to formalise all the details and stuff, and that's now officially been done. I imagine that Sandy Clark and John Potter will be staying as the backroom staff as well, so the continuity keeps on going. 2 years, I mean, it's debatable. You could easily have given 1 year with an option depending on if there was improvements made, but it's a 2-year deal. You can understand it because key players are now signing up for 2 years, so the manager should follow suit really. You can argue it both ways. I'm quite happy with a 2-year deal as long as we keep on seeing improvements. A problem in the past season with things like substitutions and stuff, as long as that can get kind of pressed out of his thoughts and as long as problems like that can be sorted, then I have no reason to believe that it's not the right decision to give him a 2-year deal. As I said, the continuity that it gives the club means that he can build a stable foundation. When Alan Johnson was brought in to Dunfermline, in the press conference, I think it was Ross MacArthur or it was Bob Gamery at the time, and he said that we'd brought in a positive manager, a vibrant manager 30 years ago, and obviously that went on to create great things for Dunfermline, and now we're doing it just now. That was what was said at the press conference at that time. So the board and everyone at Dunfermline obviously had great hopes for Alan Johnson as Dunfermline manager. That has obviously been confirmed with the fact that if he sees at this contract, he's going to have been the longest Dunfermline manager, the longest reign as a Dunfermline manager since Bert Payton in the early 90s to the late 90s. So it speaks volumes that they're giving it so much faith into the whole Alan Johnson project kind of thing. And if he can get us promoted within the next 2 years, then he could easily overtake Payton, because there would be no reason for him not to get a contract extension above that. As far as the players go, obviously I'm delighted with the 2-year deals for Lee Ashcroft and Tom Beadlin. That's exactly the kind of message you want to be sending out, and arguably they are our best defender and midfielder. Obviously Beadlin's still got a lot to prove. He only played 13 games, but the turnaround in the team in the second half of the season was mainly down to when he was playing. And whilst Vincent and Cragen came in and done really well in the central midfield, especially after Beadlin left, a lot of fans still felt that Beadlin could have offered that bigger presence in the midfield in the playoff games and probably could have seen us through the 2-legged tie against Dundee United. But that's all water under the bridge now. We need to look onto the future, and Tom Beadlin on a 2-year deal is definitely looking towards the future. He's a young, bright, vibrant, athletic midfielder, which in the modern day game you really need those type of players. Obviously the problem earlier on in the season, last season, was Nat Wedderburn and Dean Shields weren't mobile enough. They didn't cover the length of the pitch that players like Beadlin, Craig and Vincent do. On the whole, the 2-year deals are absolutely outstanding news, and I was very, very chuffed to hear it when I got the news coming through on the Twitter and stuff like that. On the 1-year deal front, obviously we had Lee Robinson and James Cragen signing 1-year deals, which again is good news. Lee Robinson did very well in the latter 6 months of the season. When he came in, obviously it was a lot of speculation about whether we should have signed him and stuff, but he proved it on his debut what kind of quality he could bring to Dunfermline, and that kind of set the tone for the next 4 or 5 months that he was with us, and he's now been awarded with an extra year. So I wouldn't be surprised if he is our number 1 for next season. He's got no reason to not at least start the season as our number 1, because he performed outstandingly in the second half of the season, as I said, and he kept more than double the clean sheets that Murdoch kept in the first half of the season. And I know Murdoch had his injury, but that is outstanding stats for someone that came into a brand new club and had to learn a whole new setup. It was a really good move in the end, and I'm glad to see him sign up for another year. As well as James Cragen, of course, he's a good footballer. I don't quite see in games what he offers, but he does offer something because the midfield, as I said, it was a big part in our revival in the second half of the season, so I can completely understand why he was given a 1-year deal. A 1-year deal is definitely better for him than a 2-year deal, because he could be the type of player that you could sign and then he could not get involved in the team as much. He might not gel as well in next season, but you never know. So on the whole, I'm pleased with all the deals that we've done, and there's a lot more to come. Obviously, we've still got, well, I think we've only got 9 or 10 players actually signed up for this season coming. That's obviously including players that were already signed up for next season anyway. So we've probably got another 12, 13 players to either re-sign deals or new players signing on. We've got the Supporters Council meeting coming up on Thursday, which I'm going to be going to. Alan Johnson will be there, so I'll probably come back and do another video on that as well, just to kind of give an update on what was said there and what we can expect maybe in the next few weeks in terms of contracts and new players and perhaps pre-season friendlies as well, because that's not been announced. So aye, it's all looking positive for Dunfermline now, and I'm quite pleased with how the summers went, and just roll on the rest of it really. Right, I was editing this and forgot to mention the kind of rumours about Nicky Clark and Fraser Aird going to Dundee United. Of course, that's been talked about in recent weeks, and it would be disappointing to lose them. Of course, they've been really our two best performers in the second half of the season. Of course, Nicky Clark ended up getting quite a lot of goals in the latter part, especially in the unbeaten run that we had at the end of the season to get us into the playoffs. And Fraser Aird was a big part of that as well. He chipped in with assists, goals, and direct running for the wings, and obviously that was a big part of our game, and it still is, still will be for next season. So hopefully it's a load of and we can just get on with it, and hopefully they'll just come and sign deals with Dunfermline. Of course, probably the pool is a 2-year deal, and obviously money comes into it as well, as it always does in the modern game of football. So we'll wait and see what happens with that, but I'm hoping that I'll see them in a Dunfermline strip next season, because, as I said, they were vital players in the second half of the season, and they're definitely going to be vital next season if we keep a hold of them. That's it for this video, guys. Cheers for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. Subscribe for more of this type of content. It would really mean a lot to me. And comment down below anything you thought of any of the contract extensions we've had, any new players that you'd maybe like us to sign, any rumours. Obviously, we've got the Faisal rumours going about the now, and as per usual, they're probably a load of but cheers for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.